Hi, Adrien. Thanks so much for joining us today. I know inclusion and diversity are really hot topics for the Garnier brand. So could you tell us a bit about the journey you've been on so far to evolve sort of character portrayal in your advertising?
Yes, with pleasure, Emma. At Garnier, we've been working a lot on, the kind of beauty we want to portray in our advertising, and we've been working on a few things. First of all, we've increased the number of models we have on our ads to be able to have a more inclusive face of beauty instead of representing just one woman or one guy. We wanted to have different characters to represent different models of beauty. We thought it was very important. But we also worked on how we cast the people we have in advertising in. Historically, we've been using models, from model agencies. And actually, we decided 2 years ago to go on the street and to find real people to be part of our ads, because we felt it was bringing a much more real feel to the advertising. We know that some people feel that beauty advertising is too perfect or too polished, with people that don't talking to them because they're too thin or too young or too whatever. So we really went on the street to find those characters. Obviously, we still want very strong characters. They have personality that come through, but sometimes beauty that are more attainable, more relatable, with who people can really identify. So there's been, I would say, the first big change. And the second big change is that on top of our traditional advertising, we've been working also to really scale and leverage our what we call our UGC, or user-generated content, and using this UGC as an advertising we would air in traditional media. The best spokespeople for our ads are our consumers, the fans of our products. And just going online and finding the best reviews for our products, we have actually found some of the most competitive advertising material to convince people about our products. So it's a two-tier strategy. First of all, is really work on the model of beauty on our, I would say, institutional ads, and then really leverage our real people advertising our content to make it advertising.
Fantastic, thank you. So obviously we've been pre-testing all of your content over the last 12 to 18 months. Can you share a little bit with our audience today on, some of the things that we've learned together about how to get this right, and maybe some of the pitfalls to avoid?
Yes, absolutely. I think, we've been on a journey. We're very clear on that, and it's very important to listen and understand what consumers are expecting from us. And, diversity or inclusion is not a box we want to tick. It's doing the right thing for people to feel included. So therefore, really testing and understanding with them what they feel is right, because we've seen some brands or even us sometimes, wanting to tick the box. And it's not about ticking the box, it's about portraying characters that make sense in a story. So we've had a few examples, for example, in the new advertising we created for our US launch on Green Labs, where, we had a great casting, a very inclusive casting, but some of the models were not that relevant for a specific skin benefits. And therefore, it was a bit counterintuitive to put a model, although super inclusive, on a skin benefit that was not relevant to our skin type. Or we did a micellar ad where there was a guy in the ad, and people didn't understand, why is this guy in an ad for makeup removal, because we didn't understand his link with makeup, and it was seen as just a token for diverse inclusion. And really, for us, every time is asking ourselves the question, why are these people together? Why do they make sense versus the product story, and what it is in for them as consumers that we're trying to portray? So I guess it's been for us a great learning journey to really make sure this diversity and inclusion, first of all, is very visible, because we want everybody to feel included, but also is relevant to the product story we're telling.
Great. And you've had some fantastic scores as well with this new direction in terms of, that very successful portrayal of diversity and inclusion. So finally, can you just tell us a little bit about your I&D ambitions for the brand moving forward?
Yes, for us, it's a commitment. We're doing it because it's the right thing to do, and we will absolutely continue to push that. It's also, I would say, a dynamic thing, because, consumer expectations are changing, representation is changing, and the weight of social media is also changing expectations for consumers. So we're continuing to push on that. We're trying to find the best way to assess also this diversity and inclusion to make sure, you know, it's something that is improving over time, that we are improving. And I know you guys are working on a score that is super useful, so we can really see how much progress we're doing, because we think, you know, it's a journey and there's not a final point. It's about constant evolution and challenge and bringing that in everything we do.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Adrien.
Thank you, Emma.